coffee. Coffee grown worldwide can trace its heritage back centuries to the ancient coffee forests on the Ethiopian plateau. There, legend says the good herder Kaldi first discovered the potential of these beloved beans. The earliest credible evidence of coffee drinking or knowledge of the coffee tree appears in the middle of the 15th century in the accounts of Ahmed al-Ghaffar in Yemen. It was here in Arabia that coffee seeds were first roasted and brewed in a similar way to how it is prepared now. Italy. Coffee arrived on the great Italian borders in the 16th century and instantly attracted the hatred and mistrust of the people. A clergyman went a step ahead and even labeled it as a satanic drink and demanded its immediate ban. But Pope Clement VIII took up the challenge and tasted coffee. He must have found it to be delicious because he not only deemed it fit to drink and also added that the drink should be baptized. Thanks to the Pope's broad outlook, coffee houses boomed all across Europe. Mecca. In the year 1511, the governor of Mecca put a ban on the consumption of coffee. He said that this drink is making everyone a radical thinker, and also is like a liquor which is considered haram in Holy Quran. He got obsessed with the idea of ending coffee and burned the vendor's stock of coffee or captured it. But afterwards, the Sultan of Egypt threw out this rule, and the fountain of coffee flowed through the streets of Mecca. Sweden. King Gustav of Sweden stuck with the idea that coffee and tea are injurious to health. He wanted to ban coffee, but with a plausible explanation. He conducted an experiment on twin brothers who were sentenced to death. At first, he pardoned them and changed their death sentence to a life sentence. He then ordered them to drink 3 parts of coffee every day and asked physicians to keep an eye on how coffee was ruining their bodies. Interestingly, the experiment was never concluded as Gustav III was assassinated in the year 1792. The physicians in charge of the twins also passed away. The twins, however, lived till the ripe age of 83 to tell the tale of the greatness of a cup of coffee. Constantinople. After Murad IV claimed the Ottoman throne in 1623, he quickly banned coffee and set up a system of reasonable penalties. Beating was the punishment for a first offense. Anyone caught with coffee a second time was sewn into a leather bag and thrown into the waters of the Bosphorus. Prussia wanted beer, not coffee. In 1777, Frederick the Great of Prussia issued a manifesto claiming beer's superiority over coffee. He argued that coffee interfered with the country's beer consumption, apparently hoping a royal statement would make Prussians eager for an eye-opening brew each morning. Frederick's statement proclaimed His Majesty was brought up on beer, explaining why he thought breakfast drinking was a good idea. Now, coffee is the most popular drink worldwide with around 2 billion cups consumed every day. Over 2,250 million cups of coffee are consumed in the world daily. In the UK, we now drink approximately 95 million cups of coffee per day. For an average cup of coffee consumed in the UK, up to 76% of its value is estimated to be produced in the UK. The coffee industry creates over 210,000 UK jobs. The gross value added contribution from the UK coffee industry to the economy is estimated to be £9.1 billion, whilst output contribution, including indirect and induced multiplier impacts of £17.7 billion in 2017. 80% of UK households buy instant coffee for in-home consumption, particularly those aged 65 and older. Ground coffee and single-serve coffee pods are becoming increasingly popular, particularly amongst millennials aged 16-34, who account for 16% of all buyers. On the high street, cave culture has also continued to boom. 80% of people who visit coffee shops do so at least once a week, while 16% of us visit on a daily basis. People most commonly drink coffee to relieve mental and physical fatigue and to increase mental alertness. Coffee is also used to prevent Parkinson's disease, dementia, and many other conditions, but there is no good scientific evidence to support many of these uses.